there was something going on here that we all understand. And I don't know if he knows that we know, but nigga, it's pretty fucking obvious. All right. What he's basically saying, to my understanding, is kind of like Osama son. I don't know how in fuck Osama son is one of the biggest, most known, most hella emotion, most popular underground artists. I'm not saying that Osama son is trash. I just really, before the video started, before I hit the record button, I said, yo, this is going to be ass. Word for word, swear on my mom. I said, yo, this is going to be ass. I hit play. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is Playboy Cardi, but it's tough.
I ain't going out tonight. I'm just going to be in my room. I just want to be in my room. I just want to be in my room.
Alright, y'all, look. So if y'all didn't watch the last video, we're gonna hop straight into this. If you didn't watch the last video I uploaded, it was the Che rest in base. Sorry, my light died, so it's gonna be kind of dark for me. You might not be able to see me, but you're not here for me anyway. You're here for the fucking YouTube video. So let's watch the YouTube video. If you don't know, because you don't listen to Che or underground music or whatever, Che just released a new album called Rest in Bass. Very good. Obviously, if you clicked on this video, you know that, and you probably listened to it. Personally, I'm going to tell you what I think. I really liked it. Clearly, there was something going on here that we all understand. And I don't know if he knows that we know, but nigga, it's pretty fucking obvious. All right. I still liked the album nonetheless. And I think he had a very, he had like maybe 2 or 3 cool songs that were very unique and original, so to speak. And I like those a lot too. So, yeah, I liked it. All right. That's what I'll say before we get Anthony Fantano's review, because clearly he's going to say this shit is that garbage. All right. So without further ado, if you like the video, If you like the video, subscribe. At issues.tm on Instagram, issues.com, which on 5 pieces, and let's hop straight into it. Also, this is the first time I'm ever watching an Anthony Fantano review ever. I've never watched this dude's content. I just know about him because I've seen clips and stuff.
Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Che album, Rest in Bass. Here we have a new LP from Georgia native rapper Che. This is his second album, the follow-up to last year's Say So Says. And Che's style, sound, makeup...
What I will say is, bro, Say So Says...
follow-up to last year's Say So Says.
Listen, he was talking about Say So Says like it was about to be fucking transformative generational music. I didn't really like, and I reacted to it, and maybe I didn't upload it. I probably didn't upload it because I didn't really like it. But if I did, y'all can go check that out. I didn't really like it, all right? And this project was a lot better than Say So Says, in my opinion.
And Che's style, sound, makeup is purely a product of the internet age. I mean, the first steps of his career came through some tracks going viral on TikTok, and he operates within a genre that is just so terminally online in terms of its context and origins. Of course, I'm talking about Rage, this hyper synthy, loud, aggressive, distorted brand of trap popularized by artists like Trippie Redd and Playboy Cardi, as well as Lil Uzi Vert, to name just a few. And while I haven't necessarily been the biggest fan of this musical movement broadly, one thing I can give it is that it's gotten massively popular, mostly on its own terms, meaning that its mainstream exposure hasn't necessarily led to its flagship artists scrambling to change up their style and sound to
what he's basically saying, to my understanding, is kind of like Osama son. I don't know how in fuck Osama son is one of the biggest, most known, most hella emotion, most popular underground artists. I'm not saying that Osama son is trash. I just really, I don't know. Listen, he got like 4 or 5 songs that I think are tough. And I'm like, yo, damn, like this is tough. But it's one song he has with Glock 40 Spaz that I skip every single time it gets to his part. It's like, I don't really fuck with Osama son, okay? Well, his music. And also, like, I fuck with Jace a lot. Like, I fuck with Jace a lot. So stay on that side type shit, you feel me? If I gotta pick a side because I'm chronically online, you know what I mean? that is what it is. So I might be a little biased, but my whole point is it's a lot of people who really support Osama-san, clearly, because he's fucking popular as hell.
Basically go for a larger commercial appeal, something more pop centric. Again, just a change we haven't seen, even as artists like Playboi Carti and Yeat have landed features and collaboration spots with the likes of Kendrick Lamar and
True.
Drake. And most
True.
artists in this wave
True.
seem more than content to just do their own thing and feed either off of each other or their own nihilism as a source of inspiration. And this has resulted in a network of names that has more or less redefined what underground music is for a new generation of rap fans. Now, up until this point, I've covered a bunch of artists who have operated in this genre or have been adjacent to it in some way. And while I do think there's a lot of merit to the vibe and ethos many of these dudes bring to the table, most of their full, entire albums will often leave me wanting more due to an overall lack of vision.
Yo, you know what's so tough? I was at work today and some niggas came in, bro. Some niggas, some YNs, bro. And they have crazy ass drip on. I'm talking about, nigga, everything designer, damn near. I'm talking about straight out of Instagram Explore page. Like, I'm talking jorts, fucking, nigga had on Supreme socks, Balenci track runners, motherfucking Chrome Hearts. I'm knowing these niggas DH gate to hell, bro. It's no fucking way. Nigga got on motherfucking, well, I say Hellstar. Um I'm like, no way you niggas is having this type of motion at this age. It's not really fucking possible. But um I'm hearing this nigga in the back, he playing Osama-san, bro. He talking to his man. He's like, yo, you heard that new Che? No, I think he said you heard that new album. And I was like, yo, you talking about the Che album? Cause the Che album is fucking tough. And then we start chopping it up. Be like, yeah, bro, that shit was hard. Or no, he was like, what you think about it? I was like, yo, I think that shit was tough. Like low key, he was really biting Cardi, but the shit was still hard. I'm just saying. And he was like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, I think this song, I like this song a lot. I was like, yo, I think that's the best song on the shit. He was like, yeah, I think that's the best one too, type shit. We really chopping it up, bro. It's like niggas with the YNs. And I'm like, this is one of the first times I've ever had an interaction with somebody that listens to underground music in real life, bro. Like, I feel like it's always the same archetype of nigga too. That's the worst part. Like, I would be the same nigga as niggas like wearing fucking DH Gate Balencis and fucking Hellstar and Chrome Hearts if I was in high school, probably. You feel me? Or if I didn't have my own clothing brand. But we really are all just the same niggas, basically. And it's probably just niggas that are chronically online. But it's a subgenre of people. You feel me? Is what I originally thought. But I really think the underground is becoming mainstream. Low key due to TikTok and I mean Double XL now, because we got hella underground artists on Double XL now.
As well as follow through. Whether you're talking about the bloated track lists that have plagued Playboi Carti's recent projects,
Fucking
or
30
the
tracks.
slovenly flows of a guy like Destroy Lonely, and also the unrelenting distortion and brain rot on the new Osama-san record.
That's what I'm saying.
But with
bro.
Che, I'm not going to tell you this guy is like a breath of fresh air or doing something radically different from many of his Rage contemporaries. He's not. And if Rage is not your thing at all, I wouldn't really be surprised if you just wrote this off like any other album in the genre. Certainly this record is not going to be for everyone. And I digress even further, but I think Che himself would even acknowledge how much of a profound influence a guy like Playboi Carti has on his music. But
He has
even
to, bro. Like,
though
what?
in many ways Rest and Bass is a pretty predictable record for this style, I still found myself enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Mostly because
Literally.
I think Che delivers on a lot of the inferences that,
Bro, what did I say before? If you watch it, no, not even, because it's not in the, I said it at the end of the video. Before the video started, before I hit the record button, I said, yo, this is going to be ass. Word for word, swear on my mom. I said, yo, this is going to be ass. I hit play. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is Playboi Carti, but it's tough. And I'm telling you, bro, because I'm not going to say Carti is washed, but Carti is in his old man arc, bro. He's in his old man arc where he's not even really saying shit. But Che is actually saying shit with the exact same flow and cadence. He's like doing the Mario Judah. He's doing the Mario Judah, bro.
rage music makes out of the gate that weirdly many of its most significant artists just don't. He fulfills the promise of this sound, this style being aggressive, being visceral, and bringing an actual rock star spirit that transcends genre, which again is a sense I don't often get when we're talking about artists whose performances on records such as this come across disengaged or low effort or apathetic. And certainly I do understand the feelings of apathy that many of these artists may be exhibiting and reacting to when it comes to, you know, the world they were born out of. But I don't think that should extend to apathy for the music itself. Call me corny, but I do think the tracks these artists create should feel engaging and locked in, even if they're not trying to scratch the deepest of mental itches. If you're
type shit, like you could be nostalgic, you could be nonchalant and still have bars. You feel me? Like you could not give a fuck and still slide on a track. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I like Rocket's music so much, cause they call it geeker music, but really he just vibing on the track. You feel me? Like he just vibing. It's some calm shit. It's not even no try hard crazy bars. He might say something funny here and there, but it's just he just vibing on the track. Or something like Casher Kwan, where Casher Kwan is not even trying to be like the most clever, but he's making funny bars. Where he was like, I told Lil Bro he could keep the Chally. No, he said, Lil Bro just graduated, I let him keep the Chally. Like that's crazy, bro. Or fucking, I just broke up with my bitch, I let her keep the place. You feel me?
Going into this Che record, though, looking for bars and emotional intelligence and depth, though, you will be sorely disappointed. It's a lot of flexing. It's a lot of materialism. It's a lot of lean. A lot of lean getting poured up on this record, for sure. So yeah, what you see is what you get with Che, for the most part. But I think he makes up for that lack of layers with an abundance of energy and enthusiasm. Take the intro track, Slam Punk, for example. A start to the record that is just bursting at the seams with thunderous 808s, repetitive wailing synths, shouty ad-libs, and lead vocals that are so wild it's making the auto-tune on them glitch out. The whole track sounds like a massive mosh pit, with some lyrical shoutouts to Lil B of all people, which it's great that Che is actually in touch, seemingly, with the weird online rap lineage he's a part of, that many of the artists in this style just seem blissfully unaware of. But yeah, the first track on this thing, it goes hard as hell.
It's funny because I was watching RDC. RDC was like playing some game. They were playing Warzone or something, and they were like making fun of this dude because they basically thought that he was making, or he was playing his own music or something, but he was really playing Lil B. And I forget which Lil B song it was, but Lil B's newer music is not really like, I don't think it's really the greatest. He's been an artist that has always just pumped out music. He just loves to create, and he just does that. You feel me? But his music is very reflective of like today's music, like today's underground artists or what have you. Because he was doing that shit way back then. I'm talking early 2000s. Like he was just making like fucking trap. I guess you would call it trap. I don't fucking know. Like whatever underground type music or repetitive music, like hook heavy music type shit. On some Chief Keef shit, I guess. I don't know. But Lil B was definitely like a pioneer for surely.
Many opening tracks on these records do, but Che actually manages to keep the momentum up going deeper into the record. Whether we are talking about the sloshy bass, synths, and sputtering hi-hats on Rolling Stone, where the lead vocals are just punchy with compression, and the track On Fleek following this is somehow even freakier than the past two tracks. The bass is even more booming and aggressive. Che's lead vocals just have these cartoonish cracks in his inflections, which are somehow made even zanier with the auto-tune. There are deeper cuts to be had where, yes, the aggression and the distortion continues, but the synthesizers laced into the production or Che's lead vocals bring maybe more of a melodic appeal or an anthemic chorus, whether you're talking about lip filler, which seemingly does showcase a bit of pop sensibility for Che. There's also MDMA, which features a chord progression that feels lifted straight out of a big festival EDM jam set. Dior Leopard
Facts.
synths and production make me feel like I'm listening to the deep fried remains of an old school NES video game soundtrack. And believe it or not, as far
Dior Leopard is probably the best song on that whole project. I'm not gonna lie.
fried remains
Right next to
of
Marceline.
an old school NES
Marceline is
video
so
game
good.
soundtrack. And believe it or not, as far as like chord progressions that are a little sweet on the ears and have a melodic appeal, the closing track bass lifts a sample straight out of a goddamn Beach House song, and yet
Yep.
in the context of this very aggressive, very explosive brand of rap, it somehow works. Just the juxtaposition of that beauty but also that harshness. Then there are other standout moments on this project that don't bring so much a harmonious or a melodic appeal, maybe more instead a straightforward banger beat with a lot of groove, the kind of
Facts.
vibes that make you want to crash your car through a storefront, get out, and begin crowd killing right there in the broken glass. I'm
Wow.
talking Hood Famous, which features a fantastic beat switch in the midst of the track, one of several very good beat switches on the album, actually. Also Mannequin,
Yes,
whose beat is
yes.
actually a pretty unlikely for this genre.
He has some very good. I think Black Swan caught me off guard like fuck, bro. Very good beat switches on the album.
But Che manages to make it work anyway with
Mannequin
a
was
pretty
also
solid
very
feature
good.
from Xavier So Based. And there are some other surprise moments on the record as
yo.
well, where we do
And Xavier's ad libs on that song were so good, bro. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that song was really good. That song with Xavier is a hit, bro. Like it's a hit, bro. And Xavier cooked on that fucking beat because I know he made it. I know he did.
get a bit of variety due to the features, namely Chucky, whose relaxed rap style, sans autotune entirely, is an interesting switch up from what's on the rest of this album. A very strong contrast to Che's freaky, boyish, guttural inflections. Toward the back end of the record, we continue to get some switch ups, but it's kind of a mixed bag in terms of whether or not they actually work. Ear Drummer shoots for something much more chill than anything else here, but
Also
just
pretty
ends
good.
up underwhelming as a result. Meanwhile, Doe Deer is one of the most extreme cuts on this entire record. This punky noise rock, rage, trap fusion that,
I like that song
features
too.
production that feels like I'm listening to just distorted, blown out arcade Space Invader synths. And the track Bass, which is the closing track that I mentioned earlier, is that Beach House sampling cut that actually
good
ends
as
things
well.
off on a relatively strong note. So yeah, I ended up enjoying way more tracks than I thought I would going into this. But still, with that being said, I do feel like this record suffers from at least some of the same issues that many Rage LPs do, with the overall lack of sonic and aesthetic variety, the lack of song structure sometimes, or memorable moments that get just lost in the haze of screams and just very explosive moments. And for as creative and locked in as Che seems to be for a bulk of this album, there are some cuts here that just feel too alike in style and sound to many of his contemporaries, and even Che himself manages to slip in a spare song or two that feels like he's just completely winging it and is not really on tempo. Still, I found Rest in Bass to be one of the more solid and engaging records.
See, shit like that where he loses it, cause he was saying this, and the other nigga that another nigga that I was talking to earlier at work. This happened today, by the way. So yeah, that's why I keep talking about it. But what was I saying? Fucking, he was saying that too. He was saying like he couldn't catch it. Like he was doing the Cardi shit, but he couldn't really catch the flow right. You feel me? And I never really noticed that. I kind of thought he was doing this shit on purpose, and I realized, bro, like he can't do Cardi like Cardi, bro. Like it's fucking Playboy Cardi. He's not gonna do it right. He's just gonna do Che as Playboy Cardi. That's what I said. That's why I called it. I called it Playboy Cardi cosplay, cause he's not gonna be him, bro. It's cosplay, dude. But I thought it was pretty tough. I learned in life, once you see things for what they are, you learn to enjoy life a lot more, bro. You just gotta look at things at face value. You can't be like, oh, this is good or this is bad, or I like this or I don't like this, I hate this or I love this. You can, but like everything just is, bro. Life is life regardless. Learn to just love it all for different reasons, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think that's the video. It's a pretty good video. I yapped a lot, my fault.
I think I've ever heard in this style, which is why I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on it. Transition, have you given this record?
Listen, I gave it well, he gave it a light 7 out of 10. A light 7 for a Che album from Anthony Fantano? I think that's a very good rating. I'm not gonna lie. I gave it a 9.2. I give it a 9.2. I think it was pretty good. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the video, subscribe. At issues.tm_. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I might have to bump it down to like an 8, 8.8, 8.9. Because I still feel like it's a 9, but it's not like, it's not too close to a 10. Not too close. Because you got to deduct points for him biting Cardi in the first place. So really, you know, I'm kind of putting that to the side. I'm not really being objective. I'm just thinking about it from like a music standpoint, I guess. Or I'm not doing that. I'm doing the opposite. Anyway, if you like the video, like the video. If you like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I really want to know because, yeah. That's all I got. At issues.tm_. Instagram, issues.com. Go get y'all some fire pieces. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Hell yeah. This is Playboy Cardi, but it's tough.